I don't need that. All right. Well, I played the wrong version. The version without the narration.
Oh, you thought it was the one that would end with
No, I didn't.
Tanya?
I
okay.
played it consciously and then realized it didn't make any sense to not play the right one. So anyway, whatever. Still learning. Good morning.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. Dave's Vintage Apple Tech wins the prize for being here the earliest. He got in line for the show. I don't know.
About, half an hour ago?
Yeah. The queue starts earlier in the morning. You want to be.
Well, you only have so many seats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Make sure you're down front center. Best viewing angle.
All right, let's. You know what? We were messing around. I didn't even get all my recording stuff set up. Let's do that.
Yeah, we've got
prepared.
We've got a lot of extra stuff we had to kind of prepare this morning for today's episode.
We were experimenting
testing stuff.
All kinds of last minute preparation here. Let's see. So give me a minute here, and I'll just set up for recording. And that all pretty good. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do one more thing. Officially start the show. And what's the date today? That's the important thing. January 16th. Okay.
Episode 599.
All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 599 for January 16th, 2022. Good morning, John.
Good morning, James.
We're running ragged here this morning because we're experimenting with how we're going to show John's project.
Yeah.
The project being the RaSCSI.
RaSCSI.
Why is it called that? Do we know?
Raspberry.
Oh, that's right.
SCSI. Yep.
Because when you say it, you think raw, like
raw.
Right.
Raw SCSI. Yeah, just
like
pure uncooked
SCSI.
sashimi SCSI. Yes, that's right.
Is that common? The RA for raspberry products or projects? Do people append the RA, kind of like Mac something or whatever?
I don't know. I don't recall any other projects.
Not like RaSCSI or
RaSCSI. That doesn't really.
SCSI berry or something like that. Okay, well.
SCSI berry. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, I love that Captain Crunch cereal. SCSI berry, Captain Crunch. Yes.
Well, so we've got that coming up. We also have the usual items, the eBay finds, the news, and anything else?
No, that's it.
We welcome everybody here in the chat. Of course, we stream this live, so you get to see everything that goes on behind the scenes. And there's other stuff that we throw in there, right? In the YouTube.
Sure.
I've got something I'm going to show later. Something I dug up in the archives. I was looking around, see if anybody has a guess. We'll show that. See if you're watching the video, you would know what I'm showing. You're missing out. But we do that at 8 a.m. Central on Sundays, most Sundays. But you can catch it after the fact too.
Sure. Yeah. Just head over to our YouTube channel, and they're all there. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with some eBay finds. All right. We'll switch on over.
I see Scarlett says it's very common to have the just the RA.
Yeah. Okay.
At the beginning.
Sisboomba.
Hello, Trina. Hello, Wright.
Okay. Let's. You ready to go?
Yeah, all set.
All right. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. It's time for the eBay finds. Last week, we had that approaching Macintosh sweatshirt featuring the Bloom County Gang. and the Banana Junior. You still have your Banana Junior somewhere.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
you sold it.
That's right. I sold the
Oh,
Banana
that's
Junior
right.
to
You
a
sold out.
huge
Bloom County fan.
Bloom County fan,
None
especially
other
Oliver
than
Wendell
Burke
Jones.
Breathed.
Barkley? Yep,
Burke.
Barkley
Barkley.
Breathed.
Berkeley.
But I think it's
Breathed.
actually Barkley.
With an E?
Yeah, believe it or not. I'm not just
You did
joshing
not
you.
sell it to him, though. I was just kidding
No,
around.
no, no,
I
no.
couldn't make the joke because I couldn't pronounce his name. I foul that up every time. And then I learned today I've been fouling it up twofold. But anyway, yeah, you sold that.
Yes.
The one-off. Okay. Well, anyway, the sweatshirt. What did that go for? I think it's still available. Yeah, it was kind of pricey, right? $298. This thing, but there is a make an offer, and the different Think poster, sort of the fake Think Different poster, but featuring Yoda. Still available by now, $175, or you can make an offer on that. And the Stacko Max, this big lot of, I don't know, what was there, like 13, 14 different Macs, still available. Buy it now, $650, or you can make an offer on that too. Okay, nothing sold. All right, we'll begin this week with this thing, the American Girl desk, Macintosh Apple computer, chair, rare, vintage. And
I don't see them often that they come with the whole set with the chair and the table too. Usually you just find the computer.
Yes, there actually is another listing for just the computer. There's a couple of them. I saw one for $69.99. There's another one for $174. I would recommend the $69.99 one.
Or this one.
There's a list,
which is buying a price of $65.
Oh yeah, and there's a listing for the desk by itself, as it turns out. So, but this one, the combo deal, you're saving money, right? I mean, it's the desk and the computer.
And the computer, yes.
Yeah, so the American Girl, what was it, a dollhouse collection?
Yeah, the American Girl, there was a whole series of different dolls for that. And then, each would have its own accessories. Yeah.
And they had an actual licensed, I guess, right? It had to have been licensed.
Oh, absolutely licensed,
somehow.
yeah.
I mean, it's a scale model of like a Performa 5400
like a
series.
Yeah, but you know, and the detail is really good. If you look on the back, you can see all the ports where the ports have the proper icons and placement.
Yeah.
It's pretty good
and
detail.
The thing,
on it.
It turns on. Well, mine turns on. I don't know about this one. Does it say? It doesn't really say, does it? Let's see if I'll flip this thing on and see. I don't know. There's too many reflections here. Can't quite see, but it shows up a little graphical user interface.
Right. It's got an LCD screen. It basically has pre-built stuff on it, and every time you press the keyboard, which is one giant key,
right, it makes a little clicking sound.
Yeah.
You hear that little, that weak little sound? Yeah, it kind of builds up the display. I'll have to. Can't really do it picture here or do it justice here with all the reflections, but
there have been several people who, of course, use these to put Raspberry Pis in. First person I know who did was Javier Rivera, who did a great job of it, and I have done it myself. I found a nice 640 by 480 screen that fits in there, and I've got Basilisk 2 running on mine, so they are very fun little Pi projects.
All right, so there you go, close. But it's nice with the desk.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah, I guess a little working.
I would want to print some small manuals or something, or like an era appropriate Macworld or Mac Addict to put on the tiny desk in scale. I think that would be pretty fun to do.
That would be funny. Well, there it is. The whole thing, computer and desk, for a buy it now $65, or you can place a bid starting at $50. There's no bids on it right now. It has a day and a half to go, and it ships from Williamstown, New Jersey. Okay, moving along.
All right, next up we have a very, very odd thing. I had never run across this before. It's an Apple Computer Macintosh trash style bag. It's a This was a Japanese product from, they would get more Apple stuff for some reason than we did over here in the States. No, this is just an odd thing. It's supposedly kind of reminiscent of the trash can icon, the old style trash can icon. These were, like I said, available in Japan. I don't know any other details on what era this was available in. I do see that there's actually several for sale on eBay right now, all coming from Japan. All for around $500 to $600 to $700, just depending. So this one here, no noticeable scratches or stains. This one is a buy it now price of $660. It is free shipping. And what else can I tell you? It's kind of a silvery color. It really doesn't even look that much like the icon to me.
Well, you say that, and
what do you think?
I did a little icon.
Oh, you did a
history
comparison?
Lookup. Yes, I was like,
Oh, okay.
it does look familiar, but I was like, which era trash can is that? And so I consulted the guidebook.
Oh,
We've been
check
over
you
to
out.
guidebookgallery.org, which has a great
I've never even
collection
gone to
of the
that
history of
site.
icons across operating
Wow.
systems too. And so you can see there everything from BOS to Lisa and GNOME, but there's the Mac OS there, and it shows by operating system up through from System 1 all the way to 10.4. Look, there's Next and OS 2, but it's a great catalog of icons. And so you scroll down to, where is it? I'm scrolling down System
Oh,
there.
there we go.
Trash
There we
can,
go.
right
Oh, I
there.
see. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Now,
Okay.
look at that one right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Pretty much identical,
I see
right?
it. It is. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's cool, I bet if you overstuffed that thing, it would look like this one down here.
Right.
And so, which one is that? There, 753 is what this column is right
Interesting.
here. Yeah. So if we scroll to the top, there it is. So System 7.5, circa 1995, looks familiar, right? So that's the one. Yeah. Kind of pricey.
Yeah.
Well, doubtfully this will sell, but who knows? Okay. Lastly, look at this cool jacket. Title is Apple Macintosh Jacket, 1996 Apple Game Team, very rare. It says it's used. It says a Macintosh Serious Game Hardware Apple Game Team 96 in really nice condition. The size is large. On the back is this glorious logo of the Apple Game Team. Or I guess it says Macintosh, Apple Game Hardware, Apple Game Team 96. It's all embroidered. It's got an Apple logo that's got like a camouflage pattern, even with a bandolier of shells across
Kind of a
it.
target in the background. Sure.
Yeah.
The font is kind of a military stencil font.
Right.
Sure.
Right. And on the front, nothing on the front. It's just it's one of those, what do you call that style of jacket with the kind of the felt wool or whatever body, but with the like leather or
what do you call
sleeves.
those? Like trying to think,
Yeah.
like a Letterman jacket, like
Something
a high
like
school,
that.
whatever you call those. Sure.
70% wool. Oh, does have leather trim. So I guess the sleeves are leather. So it's like, this is a quality item here with the wool blend and nice details. But yeah, I guess, there was a time when Apple was trying to get serious about games, and they must have made these jackets for the team. So way cool. Buy it now, $200. No, make an offer just to buy it now. No bidding. Free shipping from New York, New York. Very cool item. All right, and there's a recommendation from the chat that this be what you need to wear while you're streaming your Mac games. It's too bad there's nothing on the front too, right?
Right. Yeah. You would think
nice
at least
logo.
like a 6-color Apple logo or something.
Something, but yeah. All right. Well, we'll see how this does by next week. Okay. Oh, Is it a Letterman jacket? Yeah, I guess so. Letterman jacket. That's what you said. All right. Well,
All right.
now we're going to see if all that preparation paid off.
All right. So what I'm going to do here is
Mhm.
we are going to switch
I'll
my
wait till you get
main
it set
camera
up, and then I'll do
feed.
the audio. I'll
Sure
do the
thing.
audio recording.
We got to switch that to video. There we go.
Uh-oh, what's that? Ooh.
Oh, it's just a screensaver.
Uh-oh.
Other
I
people
thought
can't see
you
that yet.
disappeared into a vortex.
And add me
Oh,
to stream
get
there.
back.
Okay, so weird angle switch, I know, guys. But that's
Yeah.
because I am sharing the screen of my 475 right now, which is up there. That's what's up here, happening up here. Because we are going to talk about the RaSCSI.
All right. You want to record?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Well, over the past week, John has messed around with his RaSCSI. RaSCSI. You don't say Raspberry Pi, so I guess we'll say RaSCSI.
Yeah.
Which is a solution for booting, for running software, a hard drive solution for SCSI-based Macs built around a Raspberry Pi. So it's
Raspberry Pi.
an operating computer. And as a result, it gives you all kinds of flexibility.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, where did you get yours?
That's a very good question. I don't know the answer offhand. If you just do a search on RaSCSI, you can find, of course, kits out there, but you can also find a
there's a nice wiki
one, which is yes
over on GitHub that says
right.
What is RaSCSI and where can I get one?
Oh, that's right, Tindy Store. Yeah,
Tindy Store. Is that where you got yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a Cooker's Tindy Store, and there are international outlets to purchase it. Some of them are in stock, some not. You know, mix and match, whatever. So you got it, and then you set about configuring it. So you've.
Before I get into that, I want to just talk about some of the YouTube channels I watched that of people who have already set this up, including the Macintosh librarian has a new post about it just from a few days ago, and also Steve Mac84 had a really good, thorough tutorial on it, which really helped me set mine up. I haven't even scratched what it can do as far as networking goes yet. This is just all I did basically was get time to set it up for SCSI part of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you hooked it up to what?
I've got it hooked up to. I'm sorry.
Well, go ahead.
Oh no. So here I can. All right, since I'm on my phone, I have it. There we go, guys. That is what it looks like. So I've got the top board you see. So the top board is about the same size as a Raspberry Pi. You can see if you've got it mounted to the Pi, it mounts via the GPIO pins. And so my Raspberry Pi is underneath. I think it's just a 3B. I could probably use an earlier one than that if I had one. I think a lot of people are using like a 3A, which is slightly smaller in size. You know, it only has one USB port, which you don't even really need the USB port once you've got everything set up. So that might be a slightly cheaper way to get everything up and running. Yeah.
Okay.
So setup was basically you put your operating system on there. I decided to go with the full up desktop operating system. You don't have to. You can go with it because basically what you're going to do you can set up everything via SSH. So you can, once you've got it, you've got your image for your standard Raspberry Pi OS on there. Everything else can be done via terminal commands. You can even copy and paste. Once you're SSH'd in, you can copy and paste the commands off of a web page, which is what I did. makes it nice and easy if you're not that familiar with the doing stuff with in the Linux.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, once it's set up, then it was so easy to then get the Raspberry Pi and get the web interface up and running.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to show kind of what the web interface looks like,
yeah, let's see
we
that.
want to swap it over.
Oh,
Add to stream.
there it is.
Hang on, guys. This is here we go. All right, so yeah, so once you've got it all set up, basically what happens is it uses the Raspberry Pi's IP address, and in any other computer you have on the same network, you go to your browser, you put in that web address, and it gives you your interface. So to me, this is where this particular SCSI solution really shines, because it is so easy to add and remove SCSI partitions to the RaSCSI.
Mm-hmm.
So which means that, you look at some of the other ones like the Blue SCSI, which I still haven't even really delved into that much, or the SCSI to SD. First of all, this is really reasonable. The RaSCSI itself is pretty cheap, and Raspberry Pis are pretty cheap if you aren't trying to order them off of Amazon. If you're trying to go to a place that actually sells them for what they're supposed to be going for, you can find them and get them pretty cheap. Right now, I've only got a 32 gig SD card in it, and that's really overkill. If you think about, if you're trying to set up a bunch of old drive systems. But the nice thing, all right, so I am going through here. So basically, when you bring up the website, you've got a chart showing your different SCSI IDs. Of course, 7 is reserved for the Mac itself. Underneath that, you've got any drive images that you've already attached or you've created, which you can actually create a blank drive image through the web interface also, or you can upload a drive image that you've set up, say in Basilisk 2 or Sheepshaver. You should be able to download that and then have it download to your Pi and then have it available as well. Once you've got a couple of images in here, you basically just go in, you tell it what ID you want and that you want to attach it, and it will automatically go. It's like it starts automatically like by 6, and then you can it'll just, and then if you try to add another one, it'll automatically assign it to the next lower number, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
So really easy, nice to set up. So once you've got that, though, if we want to switch over to the 475 feed,
okay, right
if we
there.
figure that out, here we go.
Oh, we had it.
We had it.
And then I'll click it. There we go.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So
So once you've got it, so in this instance, what I did is I had the web interface create a blank image for me, and then I was able to mount it, or I was able to finish creating it on the Mac itself using Lido, which is a really great SCSI tool. Great for doing formatting setup. It's a lot more robust than the Apple drive setup. Mm-hmm. So in this instance, if I do so here's my existing drives that are on here.
Right.
Which is I've got a SCSI to SD that's inside the 475, and I'm just gonna scan the bus, and there we go. Here is I named the volume RaSCSI.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and mount that now. Again, I this is what I also use to format the drive image and partition it and all that fun stuff. So here we go. Here is,
there it is.
Now that it's mounted.
And you
there
created
is the I did that. Yeah,
icon.
I did the icon for it in Res. In Res Edit. I don't want to say Reddit again. And then I move my files over, and it will boot from this. You just need to make sure to attach the drive image before you start your Mac up, and you'll be good to go once it's all set up.
Now, had you tried to assign it to an ID that was already used by something your Mac's already connected to? What would have happened?
Oh, I'm guessing what would happen is you would just get just an error on the SCSI. Let's go ahead and try it. I'm going to go ahead and eject that, and I'm going to go back over to the web interface. I'm going to detach the drive, and I will go back in.
Scroll down
and
there.
I will tell it. All right, so I will assign it to number 2.
All right.
Which
so
which
2
I
is
already
already
have
being used.
already being used. I'm going to attach it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, so there's
so
so
showing
now
there.
we're going to go back over to the Mac, and I'm going to scan the bus again.
All right. 6 is gone, and
interesting.
Oh, it replaced it.
It replaced. Okay,
Uh-oh.
what I had on there. Interesting. Let me mount
Can you
that.
mount it?
Yeah, it says it
And
mounted, but what it did is it. Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
don't do that.
don't do that. I'm gonna eject that. So what happened is when I tried to do that, it said it needed me to format that drive, which of course I don't want to do that. So
yeah, that was a weird turn of events instead of just
so I'm going to go
conflict.
back and unattach it. I'm going to reattach it to 6.
Okay, see if we haven't done any permanent damage.
Right. Okay, so there
sorry,
it is. It's assigned to 6 now.
I went off script. I was supposed to just say stuff that worked.
No, this is good. This is good.
Well, in this case, we weren't expecting it to work. We just didn't know how.
So I'm going to scan the bus again. Okay, so I've scanned the bus again, and it showed back up as 6. My original one that was in 2 showed back up.
Okay.
And now I will try to mount that again, and volume's mounted, and ooh.
Oh no.
Now it wants me to.
You might have to rebuild that volume.
I think I'm gonna have to rebuild it.
Or
That's okay. That's
reboot
okay
or
because
something.
all it was I copied everything over from
right.
the existing drive that was on here. So don't do that.
Yeah, the lesson here is that
right.
I mean, it's not foolproof.
Right.
You do have to still pay attention to SCSI IDs to make sure you don't conflict with existing ones. So make sure when you assign it in RaSCSI that there's an open spot there. Hopefully,
one more thing.
just a restart.
Go ahead and restart my 475 while we're talking.
Yeah,
and try it again just to see if we get. So, but of course, the other nice thing about these are disk images. They reside as a disk image on that SD card, which means that if you ever wanted to, you could easily back this up. And another thing you can do is actually do your setup for these images in Basilisk 2 or Sheep Shaver.
Yeah.
And then pop it in there, and you're good to go. I do love being able to do that. Just like I love being able to set up stuff for the floppy emu using Mini VMac, and then just be able to take that and go immediately to real hardware. So it's got that option for this too. So let's see what happens when it finishes coming up. I am going to refresh my web page with the interface.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and try this one more time.
What's interesting is is there not a way for RaSCSI? I mean, it's connected to your SCSI that it can scan and see what you've already reserved and show you that information. You see what I mean?
Oh, sure, yeah. I see what you mean. Right. You would see that that it would actually go ahead and either have it reserved for the previous ones. No, it is definitely not going to. If my came back up and it said format 1.9 gigs, untitled.
Okay.
That's okay.
Well,
that's okay.
That's all right. That's all right. All right. Well, important lesson learned there. Okay. Well,
but that said, this is a great device, guys. I mean, can you imagine being able to set up a bunch of different drive images for a ton of different systems, and different machines, and have them easily selectable, depending on what machine you're hooking it up to? I don't think this would really work well for an internal drive the way that the Blue SCSI or the SCSI to SC would work, but it's phenomenal for an external.
Yeah.
There's also, when you go on Tindy, there's a really nice 3D printed case that somebody has done that's very reminiscent of the floppy drives for the external floppy drives for the Macs.
Yeah, and I saw some of the options. You could purchase it pre-configured with that, and even pre-configured with the software too. So look around and see how much you want to spend versus how much you want already done for you. Well, cool. Well, thanks for sharing with us.
I'm gonna rebuild
again,
the
you can
drive while we're
go.
finishing talking. So
Just search on RaSCSI,
yeah.
and you'll see the resource, see where you can buy and get more information. Okay, are you still messing with it? All right.
It's you can see it's getting ready to copy the
Oh,
files.
I see.
And of course, the fact that it's copying from a solid state to a solid state is a lot quicker than if it was a spinning SCSI drive.
You want to switch your cameras back?
Yep. So people aren't looking at me at a very, very weird angle.
Okay, and we'll
Working on it.
go to the news here.
Remove.
Oh, where's John? We lost him. It's funny how much you learn by trying to break things. We lost John. Oh, there we go. Oh, is he switching?
I'm working on it.
He's working on it. I'll add him to the stream, and I'll take. I don't need two of him, so there we go.
All right.
And okay, we're back.
Okay.
Looks like you're having. Tell me when you're ready, and we'll pick up with the news.
Let me just get my phone turned off. All right.
Good.
There
we go. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're back. It's time for some news. Over on Vintage Apple Reddit, Blake Spot posted this photo. Look what came in the mail today. I was like, oh my gosh, that is glorious. It's a 3D printed Apple logo. Now, one of the Reddit users made the file and then offered some of these on Etsy for a short time, and I guess that's where Blake Spot got his, and a couple others got it. But then the original creator decided it was way too much work than they anticipated, so they pulled them. So I'm hoping they'll redo it. You can do it yourself. They went ahead and they published the file over on prusaprinters.org. Pierre Nick.
If you click on the download, you'll see that they've got basically each color is its own STL file.
Right. And so the idea is you print it and you got to get the right filament, right?
Yes.
And you've done that.
You've
tracked.
I actually have all 6 colors because I was working on a project for my transparent Apple IIe.
And how close are the colors?
I mean, obviously I did I kind of looked around to try to get colors as close as possible. I can't promise that I'll try to get something printed by next week, but maybe I'll try to print like a small version of this.
Yeah.
Maybe just 3 inches or so, and see how it looks. Yeah.
Of course, you could scale this to whatever your printer will allow.
Yeah.
But this is an example like of something that's just so simple but so perfect in its execution. The idea of a 3D, that depth about it, right? And then the color all the way through.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not just a painted thing. It is a solid model realized Apple logo, and I think it's wonderful. I would love
absolutely beautiful. Sure.
To have one of these on my desk or in the background, print a ginormous one or whatever. I would imagine even if the original creator doesn't offer them for sale, and you could use a service or something, I guess, to have these parts printed.
Shapeways.
Yeah, you specify the color, you give them the models, and then you just have to assemble it, right? So you get the 6 different pieces, and then there's a set of pins, right, that connect it all together, including, I guess, the the stem. So do you print the
Yeah, it
stem? I
looks like
guess in
that's a single
green.
piece. No, I think that's a single
Oh,
piece. Yeah, if
oh,
you
it
look at
is.
through, yeah, so it actually prints
Oh, yeah, that's
the
right.
support.
This whole thing right here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. And then you just pin it all together. Probably glue it, and look at that. I mean, that's just sharp. So, bravo to Pierre Nick. And then I also saw there was somebody else on Reddit. I guess it was PC Doodle was following this Twitter feed. It was something like really tacky but well done or something, some kind of Twitter feed like that. And I tried to find the original Twitter post, so it was buried. I couldn't find it, but somebody had uploaded this picture of an iMac. This is a slot loading iMac that has been decorated, and I was staring at this and I was trying to figure out, is this legit? Was this done in computer, or did somebody actually
paint it. Yeah,
yeah?
like oil paint.
And what would you
It's
say?
gorgeous.
It's like
I think
it's like a
I love it.
Chinese artwork, I guess. It's like some kind of ancient, like, I don't know. I don't know my Chinese dynasties, but like um, it's reminiscent of probably some long lost dynasty in their art. But it's very ornate, painted, and not just the computer itself, but the
mouse,
mouse,
the keyboard edges, the keys themselves look like.
I think the whole thing,
painted.
actually, the more I look at it, and it's kind of a low res picture, but the whole thing looks just drawn. Right now, notice there's no chords, right?
Right.
If you look at the edges, you can see that I think this is all hand drawn, right? You can see it's just not perfect lines,
right,
on the keyboard or anything. So, which is even more impressive.
Either way, it's just crazy
this.
impressive. Do you notice the speaker grills kind of have that the kind of an Asian pattern to them on the round part of the speaker grill too?
I wonder if this could have been almost inspired by Flower Power, right? Because obviously there's a lot of flowers in this. It's kind of taking like a Flower Power sort of idea and taking it to the next level.
It's crazy cool looking. I mean, just really.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's over on Vintage Apple Reddit. Thanks to PC Doodle for posting that. Okay. Not a whole lot of news. I'll take this break. I'll show what I was showing earlier. This little guy right here. I have a bunch of storage boxes filled with Apple memorabilia that I picked up over the years. And then this box is slightly longer than any of those boxes. So it was tucked into something else that I uncovered the other day. John guessed it earlier. He said, is that a tie box? It is a tie box. It says Warden Brooks Limited, New York there. And it is an Apple tie. What's cool about it, not just that it's an Apple tie, was where I got it, because it's quite possibly from Steve Wozniak. And I say that because I've got the packing slip for the original when I bought this over eBay, and I purchased it from Blue House Karen. Do you know that name? Blue House Karen?
Mm-mm.
Blue House Karen was the person that ran Woz's Signed by Woz store. Does that even still exist?
I'm sure it must.
So the email is a woz.org email. I won't say the email, but the email listed for this. So she ran woz.org. Somebody type in woz.org.
It is. It's still there.
Mm-hmm. They still sell things. So this was an eBay listing through woz.org. And so did she have access to stuff in his collection, was just, selling them? Possibly. Unless she had her own independent stuff. And I bought this for the princely sum of $16.59. Back in, the year was what? 2005. November 22nd, 2005. And here is the tie. And this thing is beautiful. So let's see here. I'm taking out the box here. It's I'm guessing it's silk. I can't see a label. It certainly looks and feels like silk. And then
Oh,
you see
very
the six
nice.
color Apple logo, but there's also
Yeah.
other
Oh, the embroidered kind of
logos.
embossed apples on there too.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And actually, there's actually a six color logo on the, I don't know what you call this part of the tie, the long skinny part. There's another Apple logo. Oops. Let me see if I can find it. Right there. Can you see it? Right in there. Oh, I can. I'm not really set up for this. I need to find a better.
Yeah, I was going to go ahead and make your screen bigger on the feed.
Oh, all right. We'll do that. Can you make the bigger screen bigger? I think you can.
I don't know if I can or not.
Oh, get rid of that thing.
There we go.
Well, I might as well just take the whole thing out of the box. So there, and then right here, there's another six color logo right there on this long skinny part. Which
Oh wow, okay,
I'm not sure what the point of that is.
Sure.
Because if you tie this, that's not going to be displayed.
Very hidden.
Oh, you know what?
Since
No,
it's
there's
right on
another
the
one.
edge.
Oh, you know what? It's the whole.
Is it a pattern? I bet you it's a pattern, and
It's
they
possible.
just
Yeah,
when
it's a
they cut
pattern.
it-
They just the two of them just wind up being back here.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, you know,
Nice.
a little closer.
Oh yeah, you can kind of make out the embossed Apple logos on there now too.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, not bad for $16. I don't know what that would fetch today, but all right. What are we doing? Are we closing the show out? I think so.
We got to figure out what we're doing for our 600th episode.
Oh my
next week.
gosh. It's exhausting just thinking about it. Okay, well, we'll brainstorm here. Let's record in 3, 2, 1. All right, we are back. It's the end of the episode. During the break, I shared with the YouTube stream this necktie featuring the six color Apple logo that I got in a roundabout way, maybe through Woz himself, but you'll have to check out the YouTube video to see what that was all about. Next week, a milestone. I guess we can share the screen now, you and I. 600 episodes.
600. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what we should do to commemorate that. I guess. What do you do with something like that? I mean, I guess you think about retrospective, but it just seems daunting to think about.
Sure. Especially, I mean,
all
we
those
just
years.
did kind of a year recap.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I don't have any great ideas.
No, nor I.
Maybe we'll just do the usual stuff.
We have a couple people saying we should call it the 600 megahertz episode. Right? And Dave agrees with Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlet
I
Tortoise
think if anything, we should reflect back on the beginning. Maybe the origin, because if you haven't been around for a while, maybe you don't know about that. Maybe even play some clips from that first episode.
Oh,
wouldn't that be awful?
Yes, it is awful. It is very awful.
I think that'd be amusing. Think back about 2006, December, and episode 1, and what it was all about, how we started this whole thing, and what it was like there in the early days. The early days of podcasting, really. So
it really was, yeah. There weren't a ton yet.
Yeah. All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. And Dave's Vintage Apple Tech suggests we should open with the "I Love My Mac" song.
The video
which is a good
that
idea.
Yes, the video. Most people don't think have seen the video with Tanya. Yes.
Yeah, it's on our YouTube channel still, and I think has the most views of anything we've got on there. Yeah, that wasn't at the beginning. I don't know what year that was. That was a few years in. But yeah, okay. Well, that sounds like a plan. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us in the YouTube chat room. please come by 8 a.m. Central and see what all this looks like. Okay. Anything else, John?
I think that's good.
All right. We'll see you next week. Remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Okay.
All right.
Good deal. Good deal. Dunk tank, is that an idea for the 600 show? I don't know. Dunk tank. A lot of revisiting of our top Macs. Yeah, digging up that first episode and listening. It's painful. I've done it once or twice over the years, listening to the original audio, and
we commented on our own episode once, didn't we? I swear we did that. We basically MST'd ourselves.
We could do that again if we never did it.
Commentary on
we talked about doing it. Did we actually do that? Maybe we should comment on the commentary of the original episode. All right.
Very meta.
Okay, guys, gals, everybody. We'll be back next week, and stay safe out there. Have a great one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.